Hello everyone and welcome. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the University of Santo Tomás in Colombia for inviting me to this convention and giving me the opportunity to explain to you and to show you how we are doing in our school in relation to bilingualism in recent years. Secondly, I would like to say thank you to all of you for attending to this Congress, and I hope I can offer you many ideas from my presentation. Well, my presentation is mainly divided into two parts. In the first part, I would like to go through an introduction and a contextualization of our school. And in the second part, I will give you the main ideas of our own eclectic method. Well, now I'm going to present you my presentation, and I would like to say sorry because you cannot see me now. Well, my name is Enrique Onieva, and I work in CEIP Carlos III in La Carolina, situated in the province of Jaén, in the south of Spain. I am a primary teacher, and I am the bilingual coordinator of our school and also the secretary of our school. This year, due to coronavirus, I am teaching the first level of primary education, students who are only 6 years old, and I'm teaching them English and science in English. Well, our school have 430 students. We have two lines, A and B. It means two classes. Each class has 25 students. And we have in our school infantile and primary education, that is students from 3 to 12 years old. I would like to highlight that our school is a compensatory school in which 20% of our students have great difficulties and problems due to socioeconomic reason and absenteeism. Our school is a bilingual school since 2010, and it's a public school. It means that belong to our government. So, for example, we don't have native speakers, native teachers, so we have our own resources. During this year, we have been given different prizes and awards, and I would like to highlight the last one that we were given last year, that we were considered the first and the best school in our region, in Andalusia, due to the good practices in relation to bilingualism in primary education. Well, in our school, we are teaching only the subject of English when they are in infantile, 3, 4, and 5 years. We teach English for 1 hour and 30 minutes. But we divide the classes into 30, 30, and 30 minutes. These classes, we try to do everything oral, in a natural way. It's like a show in which we give a lot of input to the student. We also sing a lot of songs, telling stories, etc. When they are in the first level of primary education, we start the program of bilingualism when they are 6 years old. And in primary education, we teach in English the following subjects. We teach English, natural science in English, social science in English, physical education, and music in English. I have to say that we are lucky because in other schools, they are only teaching, schools that are bilingual, they are only teaching English, natural science, and social science. Well, I would like to highlight that in order to help the new teachers that come to our school in September, we give them and share all the materials that we have been creating during these 10 years. And another thing that we do is that we offer them to see and observe the classes from other teachers that have been teaching for longer in our school. Well, I would like to highlight that we have hundreds of videos during 10 years that we have recorded. I would like to highlight, for example, this video that was of one student speaking 31 minutes in English. I would like to say that I don't know the level of English in Colombia, but the level of English in Spain is low. Uh, Most of the families don't speak English, and most of the families and the students don't practice English out of the school. They only practice English in the school. So these students have learned English only in the school. So this student is able to speak English for 31 minutes because he learned in the school. Well, I have other videos of 28 minutes, 25, 20, 17. I have many videos. But I would like to show you one example because this video was recorded for this year. It's a student who is only 6 years old. A moment.
Hello, my name is Daniela and this is my project. This is a dog. I have one dog in my house. The name of the dog is Maya. This is the back of the dog. Has 2 ears, 2 eyes, 1 mouth, 1 nose, 1 tail and 4. The dog can jump, run and play. The dog eats meat. The dog is mama. The dog has bones. This is the butterfly. The butterfly is very beautiful. Has a lot of color: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. This is the back of the butterfly. Has 2 wings, 1 body, and 2 eyes. The butterfly can fly. The butterfly is down. The butterfly has eggs. The butterfly no has bones. This is the bear. The bear is color brown. The bear has 2 ears, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 4 legs and 1 tail. The bear can swim, jump and run. The bear eats plants and animals. The bear is mammal. The bear has bones. Thank you for your attention.
So, as you can see, it's a student speaking in a natural way without reading anything. And, for example, here in Spain, I think it's a high level for only being 6 years old and only learn English in the school. Okay, so what are the ingredients for our potion? So this is a list with the ingredients, and this is the teachers preparing the potion. Well, this is only a joke, and I would like to show you what are the real ingredients. Well, I would like to say that we use the idea of a varied and healthy diet. For example, eating fruits and vegetables, eating carbohydrates, proteins, but also eating a little of sugar, chocolate, and other food. So, in my opinion, success is in variety. We need the variety with our students, and I will show you what means variety for us. We are following an eclectic method. Prabhu in 1990 said that there is no best method for teaching. So what we have created is our own method. Following, I will show you and present here. We have created a summary of all the method during the years. And we have created our best method, taking the best from our student and taking into consideration the particularity of our student, the possibilities of the school, and the practicability of what we are going to carry out. Well, our method is mainly based in 5 things. CLIL, that is content language integrated learning, that we are teaching other subjects using the language of English. Is mainly based in communicative approach because our main objective is to create a student that can communicate in a foreign language. It is also natural approach and following the ideas of Stephen Krashen from the University of California. It is also multiple intelligences. We take into consideration the multiple intelligences because if one student can't learn, for example, by listening to one song, maybe he or she can learn by looking at one flashcard or listening to a story. So we try to give a varied diet to our students so all of them can learn. And so all of them can follow our lesson. And so that all of them can follow our methodology. For example, according to the multiple intelligences, I would like to highlight, for example, in visual or spatial, that we use flashcards, big flashcards, mini flashcards, posters, stories, books, photos, PowerPoint presentation. We also see videos. We stop the videos, we comment the videos, we ask and answer question. We also visit web pages. We use the tablet in our classes. We use smart boards. So everything related only to the student who has more developed the visual intelligence. According to the kinesthetic intelligence, we do in our classes total and physical response activities in which we have to pick up something, pick up flashcards, the game of run and touch. We also develop different theaters, plays. We do a circuit of games in the day of Andalusia out of in the playground of our school. We do some physical education games in the classes. In relation to musical intelligence, I would like to highlight that I have created a list of songs that we can not only use in the English classes, but also in natural and social science classes. For example, if we are learning about animals, there are many, many songs related to the animals that we can use in our primary class. For example, also some stories related to songs, TPR songs. In YouTube, there's a great variety of companies that have many songs that we can use in the classes. According to those students who learn better in an interpersonal way, that is with others, we develop in our class different kind of groupings. For example, we do activities with whole class. We do also activities with small groups and cooperation. We do activities in pairs in which they have to ask and answer questions, playing games in pairs. They also develop mini flashcard games, memory games, etc. And what is really important for us is that they use English at all the time, even when they are in groups or in pairs. For those students who are more intelligent in intrapersonal, that is in individual studies, we have to highlight that we also develop worksheets. They develop oral presentation as the one you have seen before. They also borrow books to their houses. I would like to say that we have a library with 1,000 books in our school that they can borrow books to their houses. But I would like to say that we don't teach them the reading skill since they are prepared, since they are at least at the second level of primary education. We also have, for these students who are in the first level, we have a book that is called the Talking Pen. For this book, we have a pen that speaks when we put this pen on the book. So the pen speaks for the student, and the student listen and repeat in their houses. Also, we teach the families, and we do a congress for the families to explain to them how they can do and how can teach to their sons and daughters in their houses without knowing anything of English before. For those students who are more intelligent in math, we also do a lot of countings, asking how many, the shapes, using the colors, memory games, series, problems, resolution in the classes. For those students who have more intelligence in linguistics, we do oral presentation. We give more importance to the oral skills at the beginning without forgetting the written ones. We try to use English at all the time and in all the situation. A lot of asking, answering to the students, a lot of stories, books, communicative games, role plays, the use of the L2 in all the situation. And I would like to highlight that we have created is a notebook with 300 games and activities to use in our classes. That I have created this activity since I finished my university studies, and now today we use it in our school because we have 300 games and activities to use in our classes. But I'm sorry, but I don't have time to explain these games and activities during this presentation. Well, and also these students who are more intelligent in naturalistic, we also go out of the class to investigate, to learn science outdoor, and we also do school trips in English and English camps in English for our students. Well, I also would like to highlight the neuroeducation. Neuroeducation is a new concept in which we are learning and we try to learn how our student best retains the information. Well, as I said before, our methodology is mainly based in content language integrated learning, communicative approach, and natural approach. I would like to speak a little about the 5 hypotheses of Stephen Krashen. Krashen says that we all digest food the same, with no significant individual variation. First, you put in your mouth, then you chew it up, then it goes down the throat, then into your stomach. That is how it's done everywhere. That's how it's done in North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa. That's how it is done everywhere in the world. And so Krashen says that we all acquire a language in one way and only in one way, when we understand messages. We call this the comprehensible input. And this is what I wanted to tell you and to speak about comprehensible input, because this is the methodology that we use when they are 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 years old. We give them a lot of input and we give importance to the oral skills so they can retain the message. This is like a bath of language. This is what moms do with their babies. The baby at the beginning doesn't understand, for example, Spanish, but by listening and listening and listening, and if we give good and enough comprehensible input, little by little, he or she will retain and learn the language. This is what we are trying to do in our classes, and later I will show you an example of this. Vocabulary is the most important and not grammar. Grammar is also important, but we learn grammar in an inductive way, by the use of language. We give more importance to fluency versus accuracy. Accuracy is also important, but at the beginning we give importance to fluency. As you could see in the presentation of the girl speaking, he had some grammar mistakes, but for us it's not important, because what is really important is the use of language and communication in the L2. Well, our methodology is also learner-centered. We try to give autonomy to our students, and during the lockdown of the coronavirus, we have investigated and we have learned many different ideas to learn at home. So we have created, it's in Spanish, but we have created this document for the students of my school, in which I give them many ideas of what you can offer to the families to do at home. For example, recording videos at home of one didactic unit, or for example, if we are explaining the water cycle in English, we record in our houses explaining the water cycle using flashcards, using songs, stories, etc. And now we send to the families short videos at about 10 minutes, and they see them at home. The families said to me that this is a very, very good idea to learn English at home, and the families don't know, and they don't need to know English. They just have to have a mobile phone to give to their son or daughters. Also to make a podcast for the student, and some web pages like Quizlet and offering activities, Kahoot, that we can also do in our houses and offer to the students to learn and practice at home. Learning applications, that is a website that have a lot of worksheets and games to develop the English subject. Quizzes, that is very similar to Kahoot, in which we can create activities with questions, etc. Also presentation to share with the other students, because when one student sent me a presentation, I want this presentation to be shared with the other students so that all of them can learn. Also telling them curiosities, of course, links to YouTube videos, Edpuzzle, in which you can enrich your videos with questions. These are some web pages that we can offer to the families to learn more English or science in English. Live worksheets, in which we can do some worksheets in English and related to science. Genially, to make presentations. I would like to highlight Flipgrid, in which we, in this application, we send a question to the families, to the student answer in their houses, and then we create a video with all the oral answers of the students. We can also do classes or video conference with our student, documents, the book we are developing, that we have Anaya in our school, or other applications. I would like to show you an example of the Loom application of Google, in which I record my video to send them to the families. For example, in this application, I have different videos I have created for my students. For example, for last year, when they were in the 6th level, matter about history, etc. And these are the videos I have prepared for the 1st level of primary education, about ecosystems, animals, all the units we are seeing with them. Then I record a video, and they can have this video and they can watch it at home. Well, let's continue with the presentation. Another important thing that I consider, so that we can cater to diversity in our classes, is to review every day 5-7 minutes, so that all the students can follow the lesson and no one forget what we have seen before, because in their houses no one is going to speak to them in English. So this is the only moment they learn English. But how do I do with my student? How can I teach photosynthesis in English to a first level class? How can I teach them if they don't know what is sun, if they don't know what is water, if they don't know what is soil, stem, flowers? If they don't know these words, I use flashcards, and I would like to show you how I give comprehensible input to them. Well, for example, this is a cow. This is a flashcard of a cow, but if you see, I have several pictures on this flashcard. I can only put one cow, but if I only put one cow, the comprehensible input I give to my student is, this is a cow, or this is a black and white cow. This is the only input I give to my student. But if I put different pictures, this is what I do with my students. This is a cow. The cow is very, very big animal. The cow is colored black and white. The cow has 2 horns. The cow has a tail. The cow is happy. The cow gives me milk. Milk is colored white. The cow gives me milk because it's a mammal. The meat of the cow that I eat in my house is colored red. So this is all the information I give to my students. So they are learning a lot of input, and the input I give to them is comprehensible. Let's see another example. For example, with olive tree, in which I put different pictures. For example, this is an olive tree. In Jaén, it's very typical, the olive tree. An olive tree is a big tree. Olive trees give us olives. Olives are color green or black. When they are color black, they give us olive oil. And with olive oil, we can fry and we can put on a toast for breakfast. So I try to give them a lot of comprehensible input. So I hope you got the idea. For example, in this one, representing the word mouse, if I put only this picture, I only say to the student, it has a tail, it has 2 ears, but if I put Mickey Mouse, a mouse eating a cheese, I can give them a lot of comprehensible input. For example, this is a mouse. The mouse has big ears, a long tail. The mouse can run very, very fast. The mouse is a small animal. They are mammals. This is Mickey Mouse, that is very famous, and Mickey Mouse lives in Paris, in the capital of France. And this is a mouse eating a cheese. This is a mouse eating a cheese. And this is a mouse from the computer. Well, we also have other mini flashcard, big flashcard to explain, this big flashcard to ask the student, for example, one mouse, quick. The mouse move using legs, wings, or fins. The mouse eat plants, meat, or plants and meat. Are they carnivores, omnivores? So with all this material, it's very easy so that the student can understand what we are saying. Well, we develop in our school many other celebration of festivals, English camps, performances. We develop a lot of projects, as I said before. And after 11 years, I can say that we learn even more science when the class is in English than when the class is in Spanish. To finish, I would like to say that if a child can't learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn. This quote is from Ignacio Estrada, a teacher in Spain. But I would like to add to this sentence, because we don't really know how each of our students best learn, Why not teaching everything to everyone, everywhere, and in every way? So this is success is in variety. So the variety with games, songs, everything in our classes, and we will have success in our classes. Well, thank you for your attention, and I hope you have enjoyed my presentation. Sorry, but I don't have more time to explain to you more things that we do in our school. Now, if you have any question, it will be a pleasure for me to try to answer them. Thank you.